Hey people, and welcome to 6 Plus Stevo's Knob Showcase.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh, seriously?
So yeah, don't be terrified. It's, of course, the knobs I'm talking about are these two fellas. So yeah, while I was painting Uftack Black Hawk recently, if you haven't seen that video, link up in the corner, go and check it out. I had a couple of knobs that I hadn't finished yet. They were mostly finished and they'd just been sat by the side for ages and I just hadn't got back on them. But once I got Uftack up to that same level, I was like, right, let's make some progress here and bring these guys in and get them painted. The reason I wanted these two guys finished is because I've got a handful of knobs painted for my force, but I don't have enough to field a full squad. I've got one to lead my boys, I've got one to lead my tank busters, and I only had a few more after that, so I needed a couple more to make it up to that unit of 5, hence these two dudes. And these two dudes have been fun to work on. The first one I'm going to show you is this fella. He is predominantly black reach parts. I think the body is black reach, the head is black reach, and then I think the arms, both of, if I'm not mistaken, are from the current Nobz kit. If younger viewers and things are wondering what on earth I'm on about when I'm saying Black Reach was the 5th edition launch box that came with some sort of snap fit Ork miniatures, and they came with these really cool unit of knobs that are unique and different from the current Nobz kit, but the same scale, compatible with a little bit of cutting and filing with that kit, so it just gives more variety, and they're a really cool looking unit. You get some really characterful heads and stuff in there, so yeah, so he's a bit of a mixture of parts. As you can see, I've painted him in the usual style. I did a little bit of checkers on one of the shoulder pads, which I'm quite pleased with, and yeah, I just like this guy. I think he looks like mean and gruff, and just I like his face, and yeah, he's cool. And I quite like the pose I got out of him, where he's kind of leaning forward. He seems quite keen to get in the action, and the way he's holding his slugger and the power claw, I'm just quite pleased with him. I think he just looks like a cool power claw knob. The next one I did is really retro, goes back beyond Black Reach. This is one of the 3rd edition metal knobs, and I haven't converted him, I haven't kitbashed him at all. He's just bog standard. And this was the old set of knobs that in 3rd edition are all metal parts. You've got 5 knobs in there, all lots of choices of heads and arms and weapons. And back then, knobs could carry custom shooters, hence why he's got that in his hand there. And they could also carry regular choppers, which is why he's got that, because we can no longer have regular choppers in a knob squad, which is a real shame. GW, what were you thinking? Especially since in the current kit they still come with regular choppers. I think going forward though, all of us are just expected to count those as big choppers, and for in-game purposes with this guy, I think I will just class him as having a slugger and a big chopper, but I suppose I could class it as a combi shooter if I wanted to, so I suppose it gives me some options there to equip him. Or if people are happy with house rules and that, we just say, look, he's got a custom shooter and a chopper, and just we'll go with those rules. But regardless, I think he looks cool. I love the armor panels on him that are all sort of held together with them rings and stuff. And I painted this guy quite simply. I was going to go in and do some flames on his shoulder pads, or possibly do some checkers on some of the pads, but I just really like the idea of just painting it all yellow and then just applying a load of battle damage and just keeping it simple. And sometimes less is more, and miniatures can look a little bit over busy, so I quite liked doing him simply. Now to paint, he was an absolute pleasure, especially around the face. These old metal sculpts, they've got really sort of extreme details, and doing the face on this guy was a lot easier actually than the current knobs, which in them themselves are good as well, but there's just something about these metal miniatures. They really do pick up when you do a bit of dry brushing or highlighting. They really seem to pick it up well and really accentuate it, and it just makes a really characterful sculpt. So yeah, really pleased with these two. But with them done, it was time for them to join the rest of my knobs. So I might as well showcase you the rest of them as well, hadn't I? So first up, we've got my favourite of all my Ork Nobz. This guy is my absolute mwah. I just absolutely love him. He's a big, fat-bellied orc with an awesome gold chain hanging around his neck. He's got a big chopper slung over his shoulder, which I absolutely just love the pose, and I love the fact he's smoking a squig cigar in the other hand, and then he's got an awesome peg leg as well, which, if you look closely, is actually a shooter barrel for a peg leg. Not sure whether that works or not, like Planet Terror style, or whether it's just a peg leg grabbed out of some spare parts. But yeah, a lot of the parts from this guy came from For Fun Minis, which I'll post a link to that down in the description below. My absolute favourite supplier of third-party Ork parts. Is a small range, but my god, the quality is exquisite. The next one is my knob with combi rocket, which is now classed as a combi shooter, unfortunately, or a combi weapon. It's just not as cool or as good as they used to be, but regardless, I like the miniature. I believe the head from this guy comes from the Mega Nobz set. I might be wrong on that, because I kind of mixed them all up in my bits box a long time ago, regular knobs and Mega Nob bits, and they're very compatible with each other. Next one is another Power Claw knob. He's got the slugger from the Flash Kit set, because the Flash Kit parts combine with the knob kit really well as well. Although again, with this guy, a lot of the parts from him is from For Fun Miniatures. The head, the body and the legs all come for fun, and you'll notice one of his feet is actually a Power Claw foot, which is just awesome. It's so cool. And I love bits like that on knobs, some like Battle Damage and Barnick Snacks. It just shows that you know, they're veterans of the long war. You know, they've seen a lot of battles, so it's not going to be surprising that a lot of them are going to have lost a limb here and there, or possibly an eye, or anything else. And then we've got old Git Stomper, another limited edition Ork miniature, which I really like this miniature, and again, he was really fun to paint. He fits the vibe of Bad Moons as well, with that chest full of teeth there, or bullets rather. Really cool pose, really dynamic. This guy though, I've pictured him with the rest, because you actually see that there's 6 knobs here, but I think one of these guys will be the knob that will lead my boys, and that will most likely be this Git Stomper fella, because he just seems to tie in quite well with the shooter boys. So yeah, it leaves me with a squad of 5. I've got 2 with Power Claws, 2 with big choppers, and 1 with the combi shooter for a little bit of Dakar. And yeah, there you go. That is another unit to add to my army. All I had to do was paint 2 miniatures, or finish 2 miniatures, to get another whole squad in my army. So that's really cool that I've got a decent knob squad to add to the Broken Tooth tribe now. Let me know what you think of them, guys. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy this content and you want to see more showcases and kit bashes and tactics videos in the future, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave us a comment. It all helps, and it all makes it this fun to do. Anyway, guys, this is 6+ Stevo signing out. Hey people, and welcome to my